Hi everybody, thanks for coming to this video. My name is Ryan Levitt, and I love to share these kind of stories with people to help boost our energy, build up our mental strength, help us feel better. Just a little background on me. I teach mentoring classes. I currently teach a class for adults called Champions Way Group Mentoring. We have a lot of students that are adults that come in, they take time out of their work to learn new principles that might help them in their lives. About a month ago, I taught a class about a story that you might have heard before. It's about crabs in a bucket. Now, if you've heard the story before, it's a really good one. You can teach it to your kids or your spouse or your friends. So basically what it is that this is I'm not an artist, so don't email me and text me about how bad my drawing is. Just take it for what it's worth. Let's just say this is a bucket full of crabs. And when you get a lot of crabs in the bucket, a lot of times what happens is crabs will try to get out of the bucket as soon as they can because they don't like to be with other crabs. But typically what happens is a crab will start to emerge and leave the bucket, and then other crabs will reach up and grab that crab and hold on to them. They'll actually pull the crabs back down into the bucket. Why? Because they don't want to have somebody else leave. Now, this principle is kind of interesting because this principle, what we taught in our class was that people in our lives can be like this with us. They can be crabs that pull us back down into the bucket. And for whatever reason that could be, that might be that they might have good intentions, and they might judge us for what we think that we want to do with our life, and they might be afraid that we might not have success. For instance, like you'll find that if you try to start a new workout program, you say, you know what, I'm going to start this workout program, I'm going to lose 25 pounds in the next 3 months, and you tell all your friends about it. Well, if your friends aren't doing that same program, sometimes they don't feel the same drive as you do. And they will and sometimes they will sabotage you in a way, not because they don't like you, but because they're not in the same plane as you. Your level of thinking is here and theirs is here, and they don't want necessarily to. They want you to be on their same level. So sometimes maybe you'll get an invite for somebody to take you to dinner. Hey, let's all go out and have a bunch of pizza when you're trying to stop eating those kind of things so that you can lose the 25 pounds for those 3 months. You find it all the time. People say, well, I want to quit my job and I want to go to live my dream and do this new thing, this business that I've always wanted to do. Well, you'll find somebody who'll say, oh, don't quit your job. Don't do it because you won't have any stability, or you lose everything. People come up with all of these ideas because they're afraid, and they're kind of like these crabs. As soon as you start to emerge, you say, you know what, I want to start my new business. Somebody reaches up and pulls you back down into where they are because they're afraid that you're not going to be successful, because they think that, other people doing these things that are trying to go beyond the normal way of living might cause pain to them. So basically, what the story teaches us is that there are crabs around us. There are people around us, and it can be your family. Can be your spouse, it can be your friends. Note that you don't go around and tell everybody, hey, Ryan said you're a crab. That's not what I'm trying to teach you. I'm just trying to say that there are people that think that they might know better, for you, or they might think that they have something to give. Maybe their experience has shown that they didn't have success in something, so they're trying to tell you, don't go do anything because you may fail. Well, that's a really negative way to think about life. If you never try to do things that you really want to do, well, then you may not ever see the results. You may not ever feel fulfilled inside for the things that you really want. So what I guess the point of this class is to let you know is, when you want to do something, know that somebody might not feel the same way you do. They might not have the same drive that you do. They may not feel that it's possible. When I was younger, I started into a door-to-door sales job, and a lot of my friends and family said, don't go do that job because I know people that haven't done that, haven't done well at that job. And for me, I just felt like, you know what, if I don't try, I'll never even know if I will do well or not. I did have some friends that were successful in that job, and so I thought, well, I might as well give it a shot. Although I did have things that were, it was a 100% commission job. So if I didn't get a sale, I wouldn't make any money. And that was kind of a scary thought, but I kind of felt confident in myself, and I thought, you know what, if I work hard every day, if I do what they tell me how, to do for sales, if I learn new principles and get better day by day, I should be able to do well at that job. The end result from that summer is I did work hard, and I became the top first-year sales rep in that company. Going from, a small amount of income at my retail job here, in my hometown where I was going to college, I made almost 4 times the amount of money that I did the previous summer working at the retail job as I did at this commission job. And that was a huge boost to me. That showed me that, all of these people had good intentions. They were worried that I was not going to be able to make any money at my commission job. They were kind of like the crabs in the bucket. As soon as I started to leave, they said, "No, please, Ryan, don't go. And they tried to grab me and pull me back down to what they felt was comfortable, because they didn't have the same experiences. Their experiences may not have been so positive. For me, they were really, that experience for me taught me something, is that sometimes you just gotta go for it. You just gotta start, where you are and try to jump out. Try to do the things that you want, because you go through your life and year by year things go quickly. Since that first year doing sales, I started off, in a sales rep position, door-to-door sales, knocking doors. Hello, I'm Ryan. Can I come in and show you this product? And I did really well, and I got better and better and better to where I was, making almost 10 times the amount of money that a lot of my peers were for the whole year. As the same time I was making that in the summer months when I go out to go do these sales. So, it was a huge boost to my confidence. It taught me, and it took a long time, but people around me started to see, wow, this guy is making some progress in his life. He's having some success. What is he doing differently? Well, I think that what I was doing differently is I was just taking a chance, and I saw the top of the bucket and I wanted to get out. I was just like the other crabs. I didn't want to be stuck in the bucket. I wanted to get out. I wanted to have a better life for my family, for my wife, my children. I wanted to have a nice home, and I was able to gain those things based upon my experiences, and basically just trying to get out of the where I was in life, not because I didn't love the people I was around, not because I didn't trust them and their opinions. It's because I knew that I had something bigger inside of me that I was able to share with other people. I knew that I was able to, if I was just to try, if I was to say, you know what, today is my day. Today is the day that I will write down my goals. And if my goal is to do, if I was, just do one more sale than I did yesterday, well then I doubled my sales, Or if my goal was to get up a half an hour earlier so I could read another 10 pages in a book, Well, I ended up finishing books, those kind of things happened. And those things gave me a lot more confidence. I felt better about myself. Other people saw a boost in me. Eventually, people looked to me and asked, what are you doing? Because it seems to be working. What are you doing so you can teach us? And that, to me, was kind of almost like a crowning event of the fact that sometimes you just have to start, and when you start, things will get better. So I hope that if you're working on a goal right now, I hope that you don't get stuck by these crabs. Don't let your friends or your family or whoever that may not have the same experiences as you tell you, you know what, don't do it, because you may not win, you may not be successful. You definitely will not be successful if you don't start. One of my good friends, probably my best friend in the world, I would say my best friend in the world, my wife, always says this: you miss every shot you don't take. And I totally believe her. She has taught me that every time that I've tried to take a shot, it goes in. Even if it doesn't, at least I tried, and you miss it every time if you don't try. So today's your day. I know you can do it. I'm excited for you. Good luck. Leave a comment below. Send me an email. I appreciate everything you guys are doing. Let's go do it. See you next time.